Hello and welcome to our mindfulness meditation session for today, the 16th of July, for the cancer support. And today, as you can see, we're set up for lying down meditation. And I'll talk a little bit to begin with about how you can get yourself organized. And while I'm doing this, those of us who are on Zoom, you can use this as an opportunity to find a place that feels good for you for your practice today. So, easiest way to practice your lying down meditation is just simply to arrange yourself on a settee or a bed with some cushions. As you can see, I have some cushions here under my knees. This way, it just gives you extra support for your back and your pelvis. For our hands, you can either lay your hands palms downwards or palms upwards, or if you prefer, you could even have your palms across your chest or your belly. Really doesn't matter. There's no necessity even to lie on your back. If you're feeling particularly tired, you could put perhaps a smaller cushion and even just lie down on your side, uh, which might be more comfortable for you on some days. Or, as you can see, I have my mat laid out on the floor here. And technically, if you want to do this kind of according to the formal guidance for MBSR, then if you've got some yoga mats at home, or failing a yoga mat, you could lay out maybe some towels or blankets to give yourself some cushioning, and then lie down, making sure you have something under your head to protect your neck. And I've got a zafu here, but you could also use maybe just some cushions piled up, or even just some rolled up towels, and just put them under your knees for a little bit of support for your back, or a yoga block. Either of those would do. And then once you're laying down, as before, just make sure first of all that you rearrange your posture, using this as a way of coming into practice until you feel your body is able to literally just let go, which is one of the reasons why lying down is a wonderful posture for mindfulness meditation, because this is the one posture that we have where you can literally allow every muscle of your body to let go of effort, to let go of tension, and to just allow the floor or the bed or the settee to hold your weight. Now, today is a very hot day, but sometimes just to complete the sense of being supported, you might want a blanket or a scarf just to lay on top of you. Um, some people, it just gives you that extra sense of being held and being secure and being comfortable during your practice. So if you're watching this on the video later on, maybe pause the video at this point. You can go and get yourself organized and then restart the video when you're ready. And for those of us who are here practicing today, Hopefully, my introduction here has given you enough time to find somewhere to recline in a chair or lie on a settee or a bed so we can begin our practice. So, arriving into this posture, this lying down posture, is a really good way to feel completely grounded. This is a posture that works particularly well if you have a lot going on in your mind or a lot of distractions, a lot of things happening in your life, then you're maybe feeling a little bit off balance or out of sorts, or you're finding it difficult to keep your feet on the ground. So lying down, you literally get yourself grounded. And it's perfect then to bring your focus out of your head back into the body. So brilliant for an embodied mindfulness practice. And we can begin by just feeling the body held and supported by the bed or the mat or the chair beneath you. Just allowing the body to feel itself held by gravity and the ground. And then that creates all these points of contact, maybe beneath your head. You can feel the pillow or cushion and get a sense of how that fits into the contours of the back of the head and the neck. Then as we come down the back and the hands, there'll be a sense of shoulders or back or some part of your arms and hands. Just being curious and noticing how these connect to the surface beneath you. Which parts of the back are holding weight? Maybe even discerning where the weight is held most, how it's distributed around different parts of the body. You can tune into your arms, get a sense of whether your hands are touching the ground, palms downwards or palms upwards, and sensing this through the body, through parts of the skin that are touching the ground. Again, through the arms and the hands, you can sense if the surface beneath you is warm or cold, hard or soft. Coming down through the pelvis. Often when we lie like this, particularly if you have your knees raised, you'll feel a lot of the weight of the body just at the back of the pelvis and I guess what's the sacroiliac area. Just checking to make sure that that's comfortable. And remembering when we're practicing, there's no obligation to stay rigidly still. We can always make little adjustments. As long as we do it mindfully, sensing into how those adjustments feel in the body. Coming down through the legs, Be noticing difference between maybe the cushion under your knees and maybe points where the heels or other parts of the feet are touching the ground. So just taking a few moments just simply to tune into that embodied awareness that you are completely secure right now, that the entire weight of your body is grounded and supported. And if possible, just allowing the weight of the arms and the legs and the body to relax, to let go of effort. As you do so, maybe your posture shifts a little bit, and that's okay. Your body will just find a natural way to lie, effortless. And we can just rest for a few moments and acknowledge the body in contact with earth, grounded and safe. So it's possible as we're starting our practice that there are still thoughts, plans, situations, issues that are very present with you today, emotions. Rather than trying to push them away, you're in a very secure place right now. You have the body in contact with the ground as an anchor to come back to. So if your thoughts are pulling you into the past or pulling you into the future, pulling you into rumination or worry, we can recognize those as what is present right now. But we can then choose to focus more on this sense of the body connected to the ground. So that just gives us a space of embodied awareness that allows a little rest from that mental efforting and thinking and worrying. We can allow that to just drop to the background and bring the deliberate and intentional focus into all the different ways that the body is held and supported by the ground. Now, lying here on our back, Or even if you're lying on your side, lying down as a meditation is an excellent way to connect to the movement of the breathing. You could even take one hand and place it on your belly and another on your chest, and just physically feel the movement of chest and belly with each in-breath and each out-breath. And bringing our curiosity to feeling the movement through the hands is an excellent way of letting go of those persistent thoughts that keep pulling your attention. Because we can only feel the breath in the present moment and through the body. And we're not trying to change the breathing in any way at all. Just dropping into awareness of how the body is breathing naturally all by itself. Some days the body breathes fast, and some days it's more slow. Some days the breath might be shallow, other times maybe a little deeper. And all of these are okay. It just depends on how the body is adapting and adjusting to its own needs. So our job here is just simply to tune in to notice that movement in the body that comes around the in breath and the out breath. I also feel the warmth, that touch of hands on body. And for some people, this can be a good anchor as well, just to keep the focus of awareness embodied, sensing into that connection between hands and belly and chest. And this is really our practice, right? We're not trying to achieve anything. We're just being in this awareness of present moment, lived experience. It's as simple as recognizing the hands touching the belly, just keeping our focus in the body. If we take our hands and lay them back at our sides, Seeing if we can tune in now to the movement of breathing as it's felt within the body itself. When we're lying down, you might even feel subtle changes in the pressure in the back as it connects to the surface with each in-breath, as the ribs expand. And then with the out-breath, as that body lets go of the air, there's this very subtle movement that we can feel between the back and the ground. We can rest there. It's like being rocked or cradled by the movement of the breath. And we can tune into any other places in the belly or the chest that we can feel that movement of breathing. And to keep ourselves grounded in the breathing, can we find any difference between the movement of in-breath and out-breath? Maybe even notice there's a little pause at the top of each in-breath before it becomes an out-breath. And there's a little pause at the bottom of the out-breath before it becomes an in-breath. So we can rest here for quite a while. For your practice, you might just spend 15 minutes connecting to body on ground, connecting to breath in body. For a longer practice, we can use this as the arriving into awareness, and a place to anchor the attention into just the flow of present moment experience, because we can't connect to the breath that we had an hour ago or 10 years ago, and we can't connect to the breath that we will have in the future. We want to get out of that thinking that pulls us backwards or forwards. Just lying here, connecting to the breath. Every time you feel a breath in your body, you can only be in the present moment. And that one breath is a rest, an oasis away from worry or thinking or planning. Just resting in this breath by breath flow of present moment experience. But of course, we're human, and the human mind just loves to wander. It always wants to be thinking about something. It will always try and pull you away from your focus on the breath. So that's why we have this practice called mindfulness. Yeah, what are we being mindful of? We're just being mindful, aware of where our mind has gone. If it wanders into thinking, that's perfectly normal. But with our awareness, we can notice that wandering mind, pulling us back into these habits of thinking, planning, striving, goal setting, evaluating, worrying, the what ifs and the why me's and the if onlys that can be quite difficult and challenging. With our awareness, we can go, look, there's the body. Focus has all got lost, and I'm back in my thinking again. Well done for noticing. For now, I'm going to just choose to let go of that thinking. Come back to feel that next breath in the body. Instantly, you're back into what we call embodied awareness rather than caught up in your thinking. When Sharon Salzberg, who's a very famous mindfulness teacher, decades of experience, she was a student who went to India curious about learning about Eastern philosophy. And she went to practice mindfulness. And people said, all you have to do is just connect to your breathing. And she was like, wow, this is going to be so easy and so boring. All I have to do is feel my breath. She realized after one breath that her mind had already wandered to thinking. After another breath, she was aware of discomfort in her body. After another breath, she's aware of restlessness, impulses, things that were pulling her away all the time. She realized then how profound this practice is. The ability to focus on the breath allows us to unhook from impulse, from the restless energy that we have in our body from day-to-day living. It allows us to unhook from thinking, planning, and this practice of coming back again and again and again to the next breath, and then the next breath, is a practice that then allows us to find a different way of being, where we can connect to ourselves in a more measured, mindful, and we could even say wise way. So there's no thinking involved here. We're connecting to the body and the movement of in and out. Now, there's one thing about lying down to practice, which is, of course, the occupational hazard that you might fall asleep. And if that happens, that's perfectly okay. Technically, we're here to fall awake, not to fall asleep. But if it happens, it happens. It probably means that you need to rest. Your body just is tired, your mind's tired. And being connected to the ground like this, and letting go of effort, sometimes we just need that little sleep. So if you fall asleep, it's okay. You can pick up this video another time and you can do the practice again. If you find yourself waking up halfway through the practice, just use that as a moment of noticing what it feels like to wake up in the middle of a practice. Noticing what it feels like to fall asleep in a mindful way. Make it part of your practice. Then just come back to the breathing, the body. Lying here is a perfect opportunity to connect beyond the breathing into all the parts of the body. If you really want to get to know yourself, if somebody said, or if you asked the question, how am I right now? Lying down. Often when we ask this question, how am I? We go up to our head, to our thoughts, But lying down, we could drop that question into the body. How am I right now? So rather than doing a guided body scan, I'm just going to leave you to drop that question into your body. How am I right now? What's going on in my body? And let the body answer. You'll notice something, maybe on the skin. The skin obviously has places that are in contact with the ground. We can feel that. So just that answer, I'm lying down. I'm in contact with the earth, and the body can tell you about all those different points of contact that we connected to earlier. The body might also have contact with the air. Tuning into that sense of touch, the touch of the temperature of air, or the touch of a current of air, a little breath of air, a breeze, or a lack of a breeze. What does that feel like? Perhaps a sense of the humidity of the air today. Or maybe even the touch of clothing on the skin. Even just recognizing the difference between the body that's underneath, connected to the bed or the surface, the chair, and the body above, connected to air, connected to the world around you. Going deeper, we can check in with the muscles, and sometimes we can just hold tension in the body, particularly if we have something stressful or challenging going on in our lives right now, or something that's requiring a lot of effort. That gets held in the body as a kind of chronic bracing and tension as the body holds itself ready for action. Lying down, we can invite the body to relax, but sometimes it just doesn't want to let go. So, can we tune into muscles? Just get a sense of relaxation or a sense of tension that's held in the body. If we notice anywhere that there's tension or the muscles just braced still, we can breathe a little softness into these places. A little kindness. We can't force the body to relax. We can just offer it compassion, kindness, softness. Because remember, we're recognizing what is here, acknowledging how we are. If there's tension, that's just part of our experience today. But we can offer it kindness, softness. Same with any places we might feel discomfort or even pain. Just acknowledge those places, maybe even just tune in to get to know them a little better. Let them know that they've been heard and seen, acknowledged. Let them know that they're welcome as part of our practice, that they too are held in kindness and compassion. And of course, if there's a little adjustment necessary, a little shift of the weight or rearranging of the limbs, then that's now mindfully done because we've really connected with what the body is telling us and sharing with us. We can respond in a very compassionate, mindful way to what the body's telling us. We can go deeper into the belly, the chest, the pelvis. We can connect to digestion, breathing, heartbeat. And this often gives us a connection to emotion as well. Feeling any places in the body where emotion resonates, maybe in skin temperature, tingling, tension, pulsing, sensations in belly or chest. And we can acknowledge these emotions as they rise, as they fade, while we're grounded and secure. It gives us a little bit of a distance, a perspective to observe these emotions while staying grounded in the present moment. To avoid ourselves from getting too caught up in emotion or thinking, we can expand our awareness around the body to maybe noticing any sounds in the environment around us. Some of these sounds might be very close by, others might be far away. Some sounds might be persistent, constant. Others might be intermittent. They come, they go. So maintaining a connection to body, lying on the mat or the bed or the chair, keeping a connection to breath, moment by moment present. And then this kind of mind like an open sky, noticing the sounds that rise and fade by themselves. And we just rest here, breathing in what's called open awareness. We're not looking or searching or striving, we're simply being. And things come to us. A sound rises, it has a duration, and then it ends. It might be replaced by another sound. Or maybe we notice the gaps, the silence between sounds. And perhaps a thought arises too. We can notice them just like a sound. A thought arises, it has a duration, and then it fades. We can notice those thoughts that arise. We might even say, oh, there's a worry, there's a memory, there's some planning. Let it go. Just notice even the gaps between thoughts. So we're going to end our meditation today with some silent practice. We have another 5 minutes or so. So without any more guidance from me, just resting in your awareness of body, lying on a mat, a bed, contact with surface. awareness of breathing in the body, keeping you anchored to present moment awareness. Awareness of the mind like an open sky where we can see the sounds, the thoughts just arising and fading in their own way. We just lie here effortless, literally resting in awareness. And the wonderful thing about a lying down meditation is it's perfect as a way of beginning the day. When you wake up, if you have a habit of reaching for your phone or beginning the day with this influx of thinking about what have I got to do and what needs to be done and deadlines and action, why not just choose to lie in bed, even for 5 minutes, and just check in with the body first? Get yourself grounded, connected to body, connected to the bed beneath you, the covers, and just arrive into the day through this embodied and grounded mindful presence. And of course, you can take a nap in the afternoon or lie down any time in the day for half an hour, 15 minutes. Set yourself a timer if you need to, and just connect to body lying in the surface, the breathing in the body, and maybe the sounds in the world around you. Give yourself this 15 minutes of deliberately connecting to body, to present moment, a little break from thinking or planning. And it's also, of course, perfect for the evening. If you've managed to get through this 1 hour of practice without falling asleep, then well done. Because in my many, many years of practicing mindfulness, every time we lie down to practice, people fall asleep. It's normal and natural. So why not use this as a way of getting to sleep in the evening? You don't need to lie on your back. You just lie whatever way feels natural for you and tune into the body, the toes, the legs, the arms, the breathing. Tune into the sounds around you and just rest in awareness. Even if you don't fall asleep, it's at least a way of getting out of any thoughts that are churning around in your head, and a way of inviting some kindness and compassion to any discomfort that you might feel in the body. So we're going to bring our meditation practice here to a close. As you're lying down, you have to be very, very careful and gentle in how you come back from this meditation, because it can take you quite deep. So first of all, it's wiggling toes and fingers, connecting to that sense of movement while keeping the rest of the body stable. That might transfer itself into little movements in the arms, the legs, just feeling that in your body. As you do that, maybe allowing the eyes to open. Quite interesting to see the world from the floor. You get to see all the cobwebs in the corners of the room, or the way that the light crosses the ceiling. Maybe a yawn or a stretch as your body begins to get more active. You might need some more oxygen, might need to just change its posture after lying down for an hour. And then most importantly, if you're getting up, you do this very slowly. First of all, just raising your knees And then turning your body onto your side, whichever side feels comfortable for you. Just stay there for a minute or two, or a second or two. Get your bearings. When you're ready, just very gently lift yourself up onto your knees. And from there, maybe use a chair to bring yourself up to standing. So I'm going to end our recording here.